Hello children, it's Grandma Carla, and I'm here with Nathan today, and we are reading Curious George Visits the Zoo. Curious George books are fun. George, said the man, how would you like to see a real elephant? Let's go to the zoo. Here is George looking at an elephant in the book, and the man wants him to see a real elephant. There was a lot to see at the zoo. There were giraffes with their necks so long they seemed to reach the sky. See their long necks reaching the sky. Lots to see at the zoo. There were the kangaroos carrying their babies in a special pocket. And finally, there were the elephants with their floppy ears and their long trunks munching on hay. It was lunchtime. It's almost lunchtime here, isn't it? We're going to have a little lunch in a minute. Look at the elephants and the kangaroos with their babies in their pouches. People were eating on the park benches and picnicking on the grass. There they were having lunch. Lots of picnics going on in the park. I'm going to find out what time they feed the lions, said the man with the yellow hat. Wait here and don't get into trouble. Uh-oh. You think that maybe Curious George is going to get into trouble? He usually does, doesn't he? While George was waiting, he saw a zookeeper with a pail of bananas for the monkeys. There the seals are, and there goes the man with the monkeys. I mean with the bananas, not the monkeys, the bananas to feed the monkeys. The keeper put the pail down to get a drink of water at the water fountain. George was hungry. He grabbed the pail and ran away with it. Oh my goodness, did the pail belong to George? He stole the pail. Uh-oh. George spies the bananas and he is off and running. Hey, shouted the keeper, stop that monkey. But George kept on running. A crowd of people were standing near the monkey house, just the place for George to hide. There's George running with the bananas. And now he's trying to hide in all the people at the monkey house. Standing by the cage was a little boy holding a red balloon with a long string. Suddenly, one of the monkeys reached out and snatched the string from the boy's hand. Uh-oh, the boy lost his balloon to the monkey. And ran to the top of the cage. Then he tried to squeeze the balloon through the bars. The other monkeys started to shriek and scream. There the monkey in the birdhouse has the balloon, but he can't get it into the cage. The little boy was crying. Please, couldn't somebody get his balloon back? Asked the mother. None of the people could reach that high. Poor boy lost his balloon, and everybody's trying to reach, but they can't reach that high. But George knew what to do. With the pail in his hand, he climbed up to the top of the cage. He took a few bananas and fed them to the monkeys. He's climbing up there and feeding some of the monkeys with the bananas. While the monkeys were eating, George snatched the balloon and swung down from the cage. He handed the balloon back to the boy. He snatched the balloon, handed it back to the boy. Now the boy's not crying anymore. He's all happy, isn't he? Everybody clapped and cheered. Just then, the man with the yellow hat came running. "George," the man cried, "I've been looking all over for you." Who's with the man with the yellow hat? Is that the zookeeper? Here comes the zookeeper with the man with the yellow hat. He's not so happy. There are all the people cheering for George for getting the balloon. "Please don't be angry with him," said the mother. "He saved my son's balloon." "George should not have taken my pail," said the keeper, "but he did feed the monkeys, and now it's time to feed ourselves, George," said the man. There's the man with the yellow hat and George. And George became the hero again after taking the pail, which he should not have done. But then he helped feed the monkeys. And that is just what they did. There's the man with the yellow hat, but he doesn't have his hat on right now. And there's the bananas and George on eating their little snack. And this is Grandma Carla. Would you like to press the button?